Hi there.
Hi.
Tom and I asked on our Instagrams if anyone wanted to do a Q&A. Throw a few questions at us. I've written the questions out. We're gonna answer them randomly, pick them out from a bowl. Thank you for doing all those questions.
I'm really intrigued to see what sort of things you've asked us, if it's actually anything.
Yeah, I actually know what they are, but Tom doesn't.
Oh.
I've written them out.
Oh, you've written them out, yes, of course you do.
And then we're also going to set a timer for 20 minutes because one, we have to pick Freddie up from school and we don't want to forget him. And
that's true.
Two, otherwise we'll just keep going because we really like this sort of thing. Anyway.
We like the sound of our own voices, that's depressing.
No, answering questions.
Oh, right, okay.
20-minute timer is on.
Let's go. Go, go, go. I might be
Go.
Okay, let's just delve deep in here. Okay. If you could go to any place in the world, where would it be and why? I would go to, well, there's a few places actually, but one place I really want to go to is New Zealand because I hear amazing things about New Zealand. In fact, my podcast co-host Robert Sheehan has spent a lot of time there. It's amazing. Yeah, because he filmed the Mortal Engines there.
Oh dear, yes.
Which Peter Jackson produced. Amazing.
I would like to go.
It's because they apparently have some of the best farming practices in the world, and I'm a big fan of very good agriculture, regenerative agriculture, and apparently it's amazing, and they have really good grass-fed cattle and lamb and stuff there. So
food orientated. I would also like to go to New Zealand, but I think the next place on my list would be Rome. I've not been there, and
Rome's lovely.
I love a historical trip. Or I would like to go to Auschwitz. Vietnam.
Educational.
There's a
Vietnam's
few.
a good one. We should go to Vietnam.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not with the kids. Yeah. So
how do you two make marriage look easy?
A little thing called perception and reality.
He's being a douche. No, I think most people, it's their highlight reel on their social media.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think Tom and I struggle, like most married couples. Lockdown's probably been one of the easiest times for us because we've been together.
Yeah, a lot of our stresses in our marriage come from the fact that like I'm working away a lot. Yeah. And when Laura's working, I'm terrible with the children.
No, he's not. He's just Tom gets quite used to being on his own, and then when we have to role reverse, Tom's like, "Whoa, there's two humans."
There's like poop everywhere.
Poo.
But yeah, I think that one of the key things that I think that we do, which I think does work for us, is that we always try our best. Not all the time. Once we get through the argumentative stage, we always try to listen to each other and see it from the other person's perspective. Always, because if you don't do that, then you're just going to bang your head against a brick wall. And sometimes that doesn't happen overnight, but it's things that we work on, and it's work. You know, you do have to work at a marriage. I think it's one of those things that you don't grow together unless you do.
We're actors. Like, we get dramatic.
Very dramatic.
So don't think that this is.
We're really good at improvised drama. Very
good. Improvisation, me, my favourite. Also, one thing I'd like to say is Tom and I would like to go to like therapy, like marriage therapy.
Yeah, it's like exercise for your marriage.
Yeah, or like you get your car serviced. Why wouldn't you do the same for your marriage?
Get your marriage, yeah.
So we will be doing that when we come out of lockdown. How did you pick the names of your kids? I think it's your go, I'll take your go, but carry on.
Well, Freddie is named after both our granddads. Freddie Douglas Hopper. Freddie is my granddad, and Douglas was Laura's granddad. And we also are massive fans of Freddie Mercury.
He's a babe.
He's a babe.
Our Freddie and Freddie Mercury.
And Freddie, our Freddie, loves to listen to Queen. So
he does.
It's meant to be.
And then truly, we really struggled with girls' names. Well, me more than Tom. Tom would just pick my friends. So he'd be like, let's name her Sophie. No. Let's name her Coral. No. And then my sister...
It's the only girls I know.
And then my sister turned around and said, what about Truly? Like, Truly Scrumptious from Shitty Shitty Bang Bang. And Tom and I were like, that's the name.
I love that.
And then we could sing the song to her. And
which we did. We still do. But I used to sing it to her, probably out of tune. when she was a baby, but still put her to sleep. Serenaded her.
Really,
out
she
of tune.
closed her eyes and was like,
Yeah, she was
please make
like,
it
just
stop.
make it stop. I'll just go to sleep. Just make it stop.
Pick a question.
It was okay. What's been your favourite thing about quarantine? Well, me, it's just been able to spend a shed load of time with you guys, because otherwise I just don't. Well, I do, but just I have chunks of time away.
Yeah.
Like this whole time I would have just been away. So it's a gift to have been able to just spend time with you guys.
It's been really nice. Also, because I think we've managed to see so much from the kids that we wouldn't have seen if they were at school. Freddie has been communicating loads more, and he's been attempting playing with his sister and truly talking so much, and now she started signing to try and help Freddie. You know, we would have missed a lot of that, so I'm really grateful that we've had so much time as a four.
Yeah, it's good. It's healthy,
quite
actually.
heavenly,
Quarantine
really.
in one way has been very, very healthy.
This one's a fun one on the top. How did he propose?
Oh, now this is annoying because, right, so this shows how impatient my wife is, right? So it screwed me completely. So we first arrived in Cape Town in 2012, and I was about to start shooting Black Sails, and I was doing this crazy fitness training regime, and we just got back from I just got back from a workout, and Laura.
By workout,
like,
he's bright red in the face,
bright
a bit shaky,
yeah,
not quite sturdy on his
hammered in this
feet.
workout. And Laura's like, okay, well, do you want to go get some lunch or something? I was like, yes, let's go get some lunch, I'm starving. And Laura went to the safe. Now,
to get some money out.
To get some money out
to
go for lunch, right? Now, listen, I had a whole plan arranged for the proposal, right? And stupidly, on my part, I put the ring in the safe.
It's not stupid, that's actually very
But
right.
I'd arrived a couple of days before Laura. Laura only just arrived there, so I was like, I'll keep the ring in the safe, it needs to be safe. And I didn't even think about it, I just put it in there, and I had a whole plan for a few days' time, not thinking that Laura was actually going to attempt to go in the safe. Anyway, we're in the bedroom where the safe is, and Laura goes over to the safe and says, oh, we need to get some money out. What's the code for the safe? And I went, don't worry about it, I'll get it out in a minute. And
why are you being so weird?
Why are you being weird? I went, I'm not. And she went, yeah, you are, you're being weird about the safe. Why are you being weird about the safe? I'm like, Laura, I'm not being weird about the safe. And she would not let it go.
Because I couldn't understand why I was being so weird. Like, you're being an idiot. Anyway, I opened the safe.
I was like, at this point I went,
fine.
I think it's going to happen. We're doing it here in the apartment.
I opened the safe, and my first thing was to get the money out, and then I was like, oh, there's a green box in the corner.
Quite clearly a jewellery box.
It is quite clearly a jewellery box, but the jeweller that I know, that is like a family friend,
it's where I got the ring from.
My mum has jewellery from him, so my first thought was, why has Tom got my mum's jewellery here? And so I said, what is that? And he was like, oh, get it out. And I was like, okay. So pulled it out, and as I turned round, there's Tom, bright red in the face, shaking on one knee. I was like, oh my God, he loves me so much, he's shaking.
It was cramp.
It was cramp.
From the workout.
And then he proposed.
Yeah.
And then I laughed for a little while, and he was like, well, you have to answer. I said, yes. Cried. It was still wonderful.
It was very us, because we tend...
Because I'm a bossy bitch.
Yeah, it was like, well, that sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah, so there we go, and then we were engaged, and we're all happily ever after, until we started planning the wedding, which is a stressful time if anyone's done it.
It was not stressful, it was the most
Wasn't for her,
time ever.
was for me.
It's not stressful.
Okay, next question. What was it like playing the role of Percival in Merlin? What was it like filming? Playing the role was generally quite cold because we were shooting in cold Wales and I was sleeveless the whole time. What was it like filming? Very good. It was like a lad's holiday, like a boy's holiday, because all three of my, four or five of my boys were my
who we still see now.
Castmates. So yeah, they're
all
still
wonderful.
all great friends. So
in fact, I used to feel quite out of place with them. I mean, they're all very welcoming, but it's like bros before hoes was something I used to hear.
Bradley James actually used to chant "bros before hoes" in Laura's face.
But
There you go.
I love him for it. Just trying to wind
Like
me
King
up.
Arthur.
Anyway, next one.
Next question.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Me too.
Yeah. Kittens, yes. Cats. No,
Tom's allergic to cats anyway.
Well, I'm not actually anymore.
Oh.
When I cleaned up my diet, I'm no longer
No,
allergic.
you've not been near a cat yet though, have you?
Yep, loads. Can I have any exercise routines?
They're
Yes,
on the YouTube
They're on this
channel.
YouTube channel. Yes, you can. Please. Peruse.
How did you meet each other? Please let me take the mic. He'll be really humble about this, so I'm taking it. A friend called Gary Lewin, who I went to college with, Tom worked with, said to me one day, my mate, he's got this premiere. He's actually from Durham, so he doesn't sound anything like this. But he was like, my friend Tom has got this premiere and he's having an after party. Do you want to come?
So my very first movie is called Tormented.
It's all the lols. Tom's naked in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely, I'll come. He said, you know, because Girls Aloud might be there, Cheryl Cole. I was a huge fan. I was ready to go.
She wasn't.
What? She wasn't at the party, no. But I was a big fan.
I probably got invited, just like, what movie is that? I'm not going.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, we get to the party destination and it's in the middle of like Mayfair in London. And the bouncer on the door says, oh, Tom Hopper's only got one more guest allowed. So I said to Gary, you're going to have to go in and find your mate. I don't know who he is, so this is the easiest thing is for you to go in. So I stand there. At the time I smoked. Very bad, don't do it. I had a cigarette and I thought, I'll give it 10 minutes and if Gary doesn't come back, I'll get out of here. Anyway, I'm standing there, just waiting. And then the doors like swing open and there's like smoke billows through. And then this guy saunters out in this Vivienne Westwood suit, looking sharp. And I, at that point, was pretty sure that I was gonna have some fun with that guy. It just so happened his name was Tom, and he was like, Laura. I mean, he could have called me any name, and I'd have stepped forward and said yes. He was like, do you wanna? Sorry, yeah, she can come in, and that was the beginning of it.
We actually, well, me and Laura had actually crossed paths multiple times through our friend Gary, but never actually chatted before. But we just sort of, you know, in passing, never really actually had a conversation.
Tom came to a house party of mine. I was so drunk I don't remember it.
Yeah.
And the second time we met, he said, oh, you're Laura from Leicester, aren't you? And I was like, yeah. But at the time, one, I knew got a girlfriend, and two, the Backstreet Boys was playing. I don't stop dancing for Backstreet Boys for anybody.
Yeah, she sort of walked off when I was in the middle of a conversation with her. That was the first time we sort of crossed paths.
I was drunk.
But the thing is, the thing we had in common that sort of got us chatting was we were both from Leicester, but never met each other. Because, well, Leicester's a big city, so...
It's a very big place.
So yeah, and the rest is history. What is your best achievement? Ooh, that's a good one. My kids. It's got to be the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, they are like, you don't beat that really. That is the best achievement. Anything else is
They're my
like
favourite.
Anything else is just kind of like anything career-wise is all great and they're all like icing on the cake. But when you have kids, it's like you can't believe you made them.
Yeah, like I grew them in my belly.
Yeah.
And then you've managed to keep them alive.
Miracle.
That's an achievement in itself. What's your favourite role in your career so far?
Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough one because they're all like amazing. What would yours be?
I loved Bulletproof.
Yeah.
One, because I was working with Noel Clarke and Ashley Walters and Michael. What a babe. And I just wish I'd been able to fire a gun a bit more.
The one regret? Wow.
Or then Black Sails, because that was great fun and I got to work with you.
True. Mine, I think, God, I couldn't, there's not one. I take so many positives from each one that I couldn't name one. But, I mean, I'm currently shooting Umbrella Academy at the minute, and I have to say, Umbrella Academy is so much fun to shoot with the most amazing people. So I do love my current job, but also like Black Sails was an incredible experience.
That's also because of Cape Town as well, and
I have amazing
the most
friends,
wonderful
like,
people.
Yeah, like Toby Stevens, Luke Arnold, Luke Roberts,
Jessica Parker Kennedy,
like
Brad Fuller.
The list goes on. Brad Fuller's executive producer. Yeah, he like made some amazing friends from every.
Exactly. Need we go on?
Yeah. So there you go.
Is it? I can't remember whose goes it.
Also Merlin. I had the best time on Merlin.
The boy. Yeah.
The boy
Well, no, you just go on. Is it hard to be alone with the kids when Tom's away? Do you visit him? Short answer: yes. I'm solo parenting. It can be very difficult.
Super tough. I've done it. It's real hard. I did it for a day and was like, how do you do this?
Yeah, I think it's,
for months.
It's more, if it's a long period of time, that can be quite difficult. And if it's around kind of Christmas, winter time when the kids get ill quite a bit or pick things up a lot, that makes it really tough. But I do live round the corner from my sister and my mum. And the reason we live here is so that I have that sort of support. So one of the other questions which might even come up, but I'll start that now. We are planning on spending half of our time in the States.
Well, so much of our work is sort of originating from there, and like just taking meetings.
I want to be in the sunshine in Los Angeles, people.
And also the kids are so much happier in the sunshine.
Yeah.
So it makes a huge difference. What's the hardest part about being named?
Sorry, the bloody video cut out.
We had a little glitch.
Right. But we paused the timer. What was the hardest part about being married to actors with kids? Being married as actors with children. It's basically the same as the last question. It's very hard. Tom spends weeks away. The longest he's done is 2 months.
It's what ends up happening is you have to really work to have time for each other in the marriage, because it seems to either be about work or the kids. Yeah. So the marriage takes a hit. So we have had times where, like, I think you've got to find that balance between work, the kids, and the marriage, because otherwise, if you get that imbalance, then something's going wrong. And also, it's the cornerstone of the family, the marriage. If the marriage goes wrong, then everything falls apart. Like, the kids will always be there, and you can work together, but like if this isn't working, then it all falls apart. So I think this is the cornerstone of creating a happier family life, which is tough as actors.
It's very hard.
Okay.
Also, sorry, just doing the same job. It's quite difficult.
Yeah. What would you and Tom tell your 12-year-old self?
Never lose the belief. That 12-year-old person that thought you were the down diggity dog that was going to be the next Spice Girl, don't lose it. Yeah. Don't let the world crumble you being outstanding.
See that dream and just don't falter from it.
Manifest.
Manifest. Yeah. It's a big one. What's the best part of being married to each other?
Tom's very funny. He makes me laugh a lot.
She doesn't tell me that very often.
I
only know when she laughs, and I see her sometimes when she's angry at me. I make her laugh, and she sort of does this little snigger to herself, and she thinks I don't notice, but I do. Laura is an amazing, supportive wife. I don't know how I'd be able to do the job I do without her being there to support my every decision. And also, like, there's times when I've gotten a job and she knows that I'm gonna, as soon as I tell her I've got that job, she knows that I'm gonna be away for months potentially, and she'll be over the moon for me that I've got that job. And maybe she's doing something when I'm away that she's happy about.
No, that's really sweet.
Okay.
This one is on the top, but was it difficult to bounce back after your C-section? I don't think I've bounced back, but you're a babe. But
C-sections are like a whole thing. It's like major
with Freddie, I was adamant it wasn't going to affect me, which meant that I took much longer to recover from it. Whereas with Truly, I was like, I'm not moving. I've had a C-section. If someone wants to come around and visit my baby, they make their own cup of tea. And giving myself that time to mentally get over it as well as physically meant that it went much quicker. But thank you.
Well, we've only got 45 seconds left. If you wouldn't be an actor, which career path would you choose? Oh, tough one. This has changed a few times for me but now I would want to be in some kind of health nutrition. I would probably go retrain and be like a functional medicine doctor or something like that.
I'd work with kids. A social worker. Was it fun on set of Umbrella Academy?
Oh god, it's the best. It's the best set. It's so good. We're like a goofing around family, and that means, by that I mean the entire crew and cast.
I actually only managed to get on set a couple of times because first season I was pregnant with Trudy, and second season we had the children with us, obviously, and it is one of the nicest sets I've ever been on.
It doesn't feel like work.
Really,
it really
and everyone's just so...
Oh,
there's a timer! So wonderful.
But it's also like, it's not just the cast, like I say, it's like the entire crew.
Everybody.
And, everyone brings their A game to that place because they I think we know that it's a really special show and we don't want to screw it up, and that goes through the whole production. So
the only problem with Umbrella Academy so far is they've not got me on it.
There you go.
One last one to leave.
Go on then.
What is your biggest fear?
Ooh.
Something happening to my children.
Yeah. I don't really have any fears. I don't have fears because I don't.
It used to be sharks.
Used to be sharks,
and then we
went
like, cage diving. And stop that.
I don't like having fears, so I try to conquer them as soon as I have any kind of fear. Yeah, it feels limiting. It feels like it's something stopping me, so I just try and get rid of them. And the best way I've found to do that is by facing it head on. So I was, because of watching Jaws as a kid, I was like scared.
The best thing is we're on this boat and we're getting ready to get in the cage, and me and our friend Gary are like, and you can see
wind me up. But I was actually like, as soon as I got
once you've seen one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, like great whites, you know. I know, contrary to certain belief of videos and stuff that you see, but actually they're, and obviously there's been people who have been attacked by them, but they're very placid, like really placid, and they're just not that bothered by humans. So I realised that they're not actually after us. They kind of almost kill us by accident because they're trying to kill seals. And actually what we were doing by doing this cage diving stuff is actually encouraging the sharks to come closer to humans and associate it with food by giving them chum. So after that experience, I was like, I don't think I'd do that again because it's encouraging the wrong behaviour for the sharks.
But you kind of almost need to experience it to get it.
Yeah, you do, yeah, to understand, to get rid of that fear, it was like the best thing I ever did. So there's another piece of advice for you. Conquer your fears. Don't fear them.
Anyway, I mean, maybe we'll do another one of these. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We've still got some more questions.
Most people are turned off. It was like, views, 15. Completed, 3.
No.
Anyway, if you watched the whole thing, hope you enjoyed.
Me too. And we'll speak soon.
Lots of love.
Loads. End it there.